Hi, how's the mic? How's the quality? Is it a little blue? Might be a little blue, but I think I like it. Hi, darling. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Charlotte, former F1 student, former because I got my green card, all that jazz. If you're not new, you know the jazz. I know I haven't been very active on this channel. I think I took like a 6-month hiatus, but I'm here now with a video. I wanted to make a video about the best cities for international students because right now is the time of year you might be applying to universities, or maybe you've already applied, or you're just looking, or maybe you're looking to relocate. Maybe you're already in the US and you're like, this place sucks. Whatever the case may be, I have the video for you right here. So this is going to be the best cities for international students. I'm going to be listing the cities. I'm going to tell you why I think they're the best cities for international students, and then I'll also give you a few colleges in those cities that are super famous, well-known, prestigious. Very hard to get into, mind you. So if you are actually able to get into these universities, props to you. You should be very proud of yourself. And if you are a regular person like myself who might not be able to get into these universities, there are plenty of universities in the city. So just jot down the city that you like and look around that city for universities. Let's get started. I got my handy dandy MacBook with me. First on the list, we have, surprise, surprise, New York City. If you don't know anything about America, you probably know New York City, all right? The reason why it's on my list is because of their incredible public transportation system. And as an international student, I'm gonna be talking about this a lot. Public transportation is so important. No, my cat. Public transportation is so important. And as somebody who is kind of in the middle of the country, in the Midwest, where there's no public transportation, let me tell you, pick a city with public transportation. Please, please, please listen to me when I say this. Another one of the main reasons why New York City is so high up on my list is because it is known as the melting pot of the United States. So what this means basically is people from all over the world come into New York City, which means it's very culturally diverse. And I think that is a really great benefit as an international student because it'll be a lot easier to fit in. In comparison with a place that's not culturally diverse at all, it would probably be a lot harder to be an international student there. They might not know anything about your culture or your language. They might not know much about international students at all. So being in a city that's culturally diverse is a great benefit. So the universities I'm going to be mentioning for New York City is NYU, New York University, and Columbia University. What? You coming back? Treat? You want a treat? All right. Next on my list is Boston, Massachusetts. I know a lot of my subscribers are either currently studying in Boston or looking to study in Boston, and there are a lot of great reasons for why. Number one, just like New York City, it has amazing, amazing public transportation, and it's a lot cleaner, a lot safer, and probably a whole lot friendlier too. There are also a lot of international students in Boston, so you will probably find somebody from your country if you end up going to a university in Boston. Boston also has some of the most prestigious universities in the country and the world, which is why it makes it such a great option for international students and why it's such a popular choice for international students. Some of these universities include Harvard, MIT, and Boston University. Next on my list is San Francisco, California. Now, San Francisco is not only beautiful and has the perfect climate, in my opinion. I hate snow. But it is also very culturally diverse. You'll see people from all over the world there. And it has a decent public transportation system. I know a few San Francisco people will argue that it might not be the best public transportation system, but compared to other major cities in the US, it definitely is up there. A couple universities in San Francisco are UC Berkeley and Stanford. Next on my list is Chicago, Illinois. I love Chicago. I live in Illinois myself, so Chicago is about a 4-hour drive from me. I've been there plenty of times, and I actually considered going there for my master's degree, but I ended up staying here anyway. Chicago might be known as Little New York City. It's very similar to New York City in a lot of ways, except the people from Chicago will tell you that it's a much better city, which I might agree with. You get that big city life, but a kind of a gentler approach to it. It's not as crowded, people are friendlier there, it's a lot cheaper to live there, but you still get that really nice big city feel if that's what you're looking for. Chicago also houses some of the most prestigious universities in the country, like Northwestern University and University of Chicago. Next on my list is Washington, D.C. So if you didn't know, Washington, D.C. is actually the capital of the United States, which makes it a very convenient choice for international students. I say convenient because there were plenty of times I wish I lived closer to DC, because there were times I've had issues with my visa and my passport, and I had to resort to emailing instead of just going in and asking the embassy questions. So it took weeks to solve very simple problems that could have been resolved within a few minutes if I lived there. Not only is Washington, D.C. convenient for international students, it is also beautiful there and obviously culturally diverse because it is the capital. It also has really great public transportation. Like I said, super important. I'm gonna keep mentioning it. It also has beautiful historic architecture and very clean streets. It's known for being very clean, and people are generally pretty friendly there as well. A few universities are Georgetown University, George Washington University, and American University. Lastly, I want to mention some honorable mentions in terms of universities. The reason I didn't include them in the list is because they might be just a little bit too far from the cities I mentioned. First honorable mention is Princeton University, also super prestigious and amazing university. It's in New Jersey, which is about a 45-minute drive from New York City. So if you went to Princeton, you might need a car, but the public transportation might be good enough for you to get around. Next on my list is Yale University, also a super prestigious university. It is in New Haven, Connecticut, which is kind of far from all the stuff going on in that side of the country. But since Yale is such a prestigious university, I felt like I had to mention it. New Haven doesn't have the best public transportation, but it's not terrible either. And the campus is pretty big and walkable as well, and you could always bike there. So it's really not too much of a deal breaker. Same goes for Duke University. It's in Durham, North Carolina, I believe. Not the best public transportation, but the campus is pretty large and walkable, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. You can still have a good quality of life there. Lastly, I want to mention California Institute of Technology is really high up on the prestigious list. It's in Pasadena, California, so it's in a city with not the best public transportation. Like I said, might be a deal breaker for some people, but if you are able to get a car, it's not a problem at all. But again, very large and walkable campus. That's it for my master list. I hope I gave you some insight. Maybe you've picked a city from this video. If you did, please leave a comment below. Let me know where you want to go, which city sounds the best to you, and hopefully I won't be gone too long this time around. If you have any questions, like always, please leave them in the comments. I love responding to questions because I was in your boat once, and so I like kind of using my expertise for good. All right, like always, I will see you in my next video.